shook hands, so she's here. I know that.
Great, yeah.
Hallo und herzlich willkommen am Jazz-Ding-Stand auf der Jazzahead 2019. Unser erster Gast hier ist jemand, der wahrscheinlich kein Deutsch spricht. Seinem Gesichtsausdruck nach zu urteilen nicht. Es ist Joonas Haavisto aus Finnland. Welcome.
Thank you, danke schön.
Now, you're an artist from a very northern country whose CDs were very popular in a very eastern country before. They were actually only released in Japan, right? Your first couple of CDs. How did that happen?
Well, yeah, actually the first CDs were released also here in Europe, but the previous one, Gradation, that was only released in Japan. And yeah, I have this small label in Japan called Blue Gleam. They have released all of our CDs now, and they, yeah, it's been, they kind of found me, and I was just lucky.
So you're big in Japan. That's what they...
Yeah, I can say it. We have had 4 tours now together, and we have played in Tokyo Jazz Festival and concert hall tours there. So it's the Japanese audience have found us, I would say.
It's quite, I mean, it's a natural process. It's not something completely unusual. It just feels interesting to know that, you know, obviously you're also known in your home country and, you know, you're getting even better known over here. But, you know, it couldn't get much further away than Japan. But then again, it makes sense because there's a real appreciation of jazz, and especially the piano and the piano trio, right?
Yeah, I think like many things have kind of locked together with this like thing, because yeah, Japanese and Finnish people are somehow related. You know, we both like have same kind of cultural aspect. Like for example, our relationship with nature is really like similar, and we are quiet people usually, and so there's some similarities, but also like the Japanese people, they really appreciate jazz music, and piano trio is really big. Yeah.
One of my favorite songs on your new album is called Sitka, and it took me a little while to really understand what it means, and it has a lot to do with the instrument you're playing. Maybe you can elaborate a little what Sitka means and where it is and all that.
Yeah, it's kind of like this idea came from the Steinway grand pianos, because I represent them, and the Sitka spruce is the wood that the soundboard is made, and it's like, you know, I've always loved to play Steinway pianos, and I'm lucky to be in their artist roster now, and it kind of that song is about that.
And it's a beautiful song where you really use the piano, and probably the Sitka spruce gets to blossom there.
Yeah, the tune is about like there's this 7/4 groove, and it's kind of like a little bit like Latin flavored like groove, and yeah, also like but also the melody is kind of like beautiful, so it combines these two things. Yeah.
Now on this album you've added a guitar player to some of the songs. I really like his playing and his sound, and it's so natural. Do you play together often as a quartet?
Not that often. Like we have done mostly like trio gigs, and sometimes like I thought like I love to play with this guy Teemu Viinikainen is his name, and he's like just phenomenal jazz musician. He can basically fit to any kind of band, and usually it's not that easy for piano and guitar to play in the same group, but like with them it's not a problem. It's just like pure pleasure, I would say.
Is this your first time at Jazzahead?
No, actually this is my second time. I was last year we had a showcase with my trio, so now I don't have a showcase, but it's great to be here and meet the old friends, and hopefully find new friends too.
And you have a new album that you're bringing this time around. And Finland, has a huge stand, and it's very much present here with lots of Finnish jazz musicians, which I personally find very great, because there's such a diversity of musicians from Finland, but you all seem to know each other. The scene is small enough, right?
Yeah. The scene in Finland is it's quite small, but like yeah, maybe like Finnish jazz is becoming like more popular here in Europe too, and people get aware of like Finnish musicians and bands more and more. Yeah.
Now, there's a rumor, and I've heard it a lot with many of the people that saw the posters, that you're just taking on this name and this Finnish image, that you're actually a former British football player. Can we reveal this to be true, or?
I'll be honest. Actually, football or soccer, like that's the. I love sports, but like that's where I suck. I'm much better in ice hockey or whatever. I used to play basketball and different things, but I snowboard and I love all kinds of sports. But like soccer, like that's not my thing. So we can cut the rumor.
Sucking at soccer. Joonas, thank you so much for taking the time, and everybody check out this beautiful album Offshore, and more to come.
Yeah, thank you. Danke.